Laurence Fox put out an offer of £5,000 apiece to those members of any political party who would commit to leaving the European Court of Human Rights, to repealing the Human Rights Act, banning all forms of gender reassignment for children, and to reforming the Equality Act to eliminate sex and race-based discrimination. And so far, a number of Conservative MPs have accepted his money, apparently. Andrea Jenkyn, she of the one-fingered salute, Brendan Clarke-Smith, Marco Longhi, and Carl McCartney. They've all accepted cash from Reclaim Movement's 4-point commitment to culture. It's not culture, it's spite. And it's not at all surprising that Andrea Jenkyn has been at the front of that list. It sort of sums her up, really, doesn't it? She talks about Reform having a scorched earth policy that wants to obliterate true conservatives. Reclaim are instead taking a grown-up approach and realise that we should instead take the fight to the socialists and stop a dangerous Starmer and Rayner-led government. It's time for common-sense conservatives to unite. Well, if she'd united a little bit before, maybe they wouldn't be effectively conceding to a Starmer and Rayner-led government. But the whole point about Andrea Jenkyn is that she is led by her finger. And as for Carl McCartney and Marco Longhi, they are insignificant individuals. Brendan Clarke-Smith is a little bit more interesting. He said that he's already called for all of these things in Parliament. He said it's important not to take votes away from common sense conservatives who continue to fight for these principles rather than allow a Labour Party into government who would seek to do precisely the opposite. There are other conservatives who apparently are eager to take Laurence Fox's money. I think it's sad that Laurence Fox is reduced to this sort of thing. I think he's got an interesting mind and an interesting personality. I would much prefer to see him back on the stage or back in front of a television or film camera. But this this second-hand business of banking and funding spite is not an attractive position to witness.